Shifting gears to political developments, tensions are mounting between FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Well, the latest flashpoint, Wike's camp is accusing Atiku Abubakar of betrayal back in 2023. And in an exclusive interview we had with Wike's spokesman, Oladimeji, he didn't hold back. Here's some of what he had to say on the program.
The reason PDP did not take Lagos State was Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
Is that material to the conversation of the PDP today? It is material
because if PDP had taken Lagos State that time, and you know what happened? Because of his friendship with President Bola Tinubu. If PDP had taken Lagos that time, PDP took Ogun, Oyo, Ondo, Ekiti.
You mean they won?
We won.
All right. A little bit of it. But of course, providing some sort of historical context to some of this development. There are also allegations of high-stakes campaign funding scandal that is now making the headlines with reports linking Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi to questionable financial dealings during the 2023 elections. The revelations have sparked debate on transparency and political financing in Nigeria. Join us in the studio to help us navigate some of these controversies is former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's aide, Oladimeji Fabiyi, is joining us for this conversation. As always, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Just want to get your quick reaction to this one. Mr. Oladimeji joined the conversation yesterday, said, listen, the problem went as far back as 2003. Because if Atiku had done the needful and PDP had won, maybe Bola Tinubu would not be the president of this country today. And he also said Atiku's leadership is questionable because all of the crisis that the main opposition party is going through right now hinges on Atiku's inability to make amends with the people that he crossed.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for bringing me. For Larry, let me say that I understand the school of politics is coming from. That's number one. Number two, I don't know where Larry was in 2003 that is now telling all this history of 2003. Perhaps he read something different. Number one, Atiku was the vice president. We have a citizen from Southwest. Atiku, a northeastern man, a northerner, in the government of President Olusegun Obasanjo. There is no denying fact that Atiku had relationship with all the governors of the state at that time, include whether opposition or PDP government. So at one point or the other, I think a lot of misconception came about how Lagos failed, how PDP was unable to win Lagos while winning other states in the southwest. For me, it's all part of politics. But let me say this: that talk is cheap. Larry can come here and say anything he wants to. He likes to say. Nigerians know the fact, they know the truth. Atiku has contributed immensely to the growth of PDP. He has contributed to the growth and development of Nigeria. His boss, I usually jokingly call errand boy of Wike, Mr. Fayoshi. We all know what they do to the party. Atiku helped his own boss, Fayoshi, to become governor of Ekiti State. If Atiku had not done that, Larry would not be where he is today. He wouldn't have been become an aide to Fayoshi. Fayoshi said the first person that gave him money during his election in 2003 was Atiku Abubakar. He said 15 million naira that was shaking because he wasn't expecting that. Apart from that, they mobilized resources for him to become the governor. And by extension, Larry benefited from that. So talk is cheap. But Nigeria knows the fact, like I said. Atiku and Tinubu have been political friends like any other. Atiku is a friend to, and his network is vast in Nigeria politically. Everybody can attest to that. So when Larry comes on here and was talking, I understand the school of politics is coming from propaganda, lies, slandering, things that don't even make any sense to any
he also alleges, and I'm sure you heard you read the statement he released, against the backdrop of the recent interview the former vice president gave on a podcast where he said, listen, his choice of Ifeanyi Okowa in 2023 was as a result of the report given to him by that committee, because he said in 2019 when he sought majorly the opinion of Obasanjo to pick his running mate, the party wasn't happy. So in 2023 he thought maybe the party can handle and pick my running mate. And he said 3 names were submitted to him. The first one was the former Delta State governor, the second, Nyesom Wike, who was then governor of Rivers State, and the third one, Udom Emmanuel from Akwa Ibom. Larry says that is not true, that Wike was number 1, and Atiku Abubakar is, mixing the facts.
Larry should provide his evidence, should provide his facts. The National Working Committee that superintended over the affairs of that time are still there. They are still there now. The only one that was not there is Ayu, the chairman that had been ousted. So what is Larry talking about? The facts speak. The facts are there. Abdullahi, we have moved beyond all this. They can continue to dwell and wail as much as they like. We are looking forward. Atiku is concerned about what is next for Nigeria. They are the ones that are thinking of the past. Atiku has moved forward. If there's anything Atiku wants now, is how to get this country back on track. This is the country the country cannot afford to continue to have bad leadership. The country is in serious thirst for leadership that can advance the country, advance the life of the people. The likes of all these guys should continue to dwell in the past. We have moved past that. Yeah. Today, Atiku is not the president. So what Atiku is most interested on now or in now is how to get Nigeria back on track. Okay. We're not looking back.
Okay. Talking about his commitment to the party that he's currently on right now as a platform. I did pose a question to Mr. Olayinka yesterday saying that Atiku Abubakar and the FCT minister, 2 of the most prominent figures in PDP today, have had questions asked about their loyalty to the PDP. I mean, clearly, Mr. Nyesom Wike is working for an APC administration, and he has doubled down several times on the media saying that he's going to work for President Ahmed tinubu to come back, which directly negates his commitment to seeing a PDP victory in 2027. Your principal also has recently, alluded to the fact that they're working on a coalition. How does a coalition fit in the grand scheme of things for the PDP? Because the party hasn't made a decision yet about working with other political parties for 2027.
Thank you very much, Abdullahi. I think for me, before I go into the issue of a coalition, the party, as it were, everybody know, is being so polarized as we speak. And when people talk about trying to place Atiku and Wike side by side, I always frown at it because there's no comparison. Abdullahi,
are you saying Wike is not a heavyweight?
In his own pocket. So his own pocket, heavyweight. My foot for me is not a heavyweight. If it's an heavyweight, he should have left the PDP and go and fight from the outside. He shouldn't be hiding under the umbrella of Tinubu. When the likes of Atiku and all the rest that had issue with the PDP because of the way PDP treated them, they didn't stay in the party and destroy the party. They went out and fought. Those are men. Wike is not a man. He's a coward. So you can't compare them. They went outside. They fought. Party went back and brought some of them back because they knew the party realized what they were saying was right. So if anybody tries to place them by, I just say, what is this person doing? They are wide apart. Atiku contributed to the birth of PDP. He nurtured it. He spent the resources. So everybody knew. When Atiku was pushed out of the party, out of reason and decorum, he didn't stay inside and scatter everything. Atiku has never taken party to court one time, but this is what Wike and his people are doing. So who is more loyal? Wike and his gang worked against the party. They worked against everybody. So they are now telling me that they are more loyal to the party. How? Till today, he's still bragging. He's still making noise about his loyalty to Tinubu. He should leave the party and go to APC. And let's see. And if he's so strong, if he believes he's so strong, I challenge him to resign from PDP, to resign as a minister. Then let us see who is stronger.
Do you want to see them mend their relationship?
What relationship? Yes, they always say there's no permanent enemies, permanent interest. I hope if they can do that, fine. But if you cannot do it, there's a wide gap. The gap between Atiku and Wike is like heaven and earth. So for me, and their vision, their philosophy to life, to politics is different. While Atiku is a builder, Wike is a destroyer. Everybody knows that, and I say with my full chest.
So, talking about the 2027 coalition, the Waziri has been big on working with other political figures to wrestle power away from the APC. Where are we with that, and how does that align with the PDP exactly?
Thank you very much for, reminding me of that question. You see, this issue of coalition. The reason you go into coalition, perhaps, is because you have sat down, you have seen that there's no party, there's no single party that can actually wrestle power from the ruling party. And I tell you, we are going to have a repeat of what happened in 2015, where 3, 4, 5 parties came together and then formed the current ruling government and pushed PDP, because PDP was very strong, the way the APC is now. Even if PDP is not having issues, it's not fragmented the way it is, it cannot singularly defeat APC at the moment. It's not possible, it's a reality. So when Aide now tells me Atiku is not providing leadership, what more leadership do you want him to provide? He looked around and said, it is difficult for PDP because of our states. Let us bring others together. Let's have a repeat of 20 if we want to get back. If this is about Nigeria, if this is not about ambition, individual ambition, if this is not about I want to be, let's come together and see.
And is this an Atiku project or a PDP project? Because most of the PDP leadership and the governors are silent about this one.
That is where I'm going. Thank you for that. That's where I'm going. You see, whether anybody likes them, let them say it's PDP project, let them say it's Atiku project. But let me give you an example. If Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Buhari, these are the figures, have not come together, then later Atiku joined them, there won't be APC today. So would you have said it was Bola Asiwaju's or Buhari's whatever coalition then? Is this figures that will first make the move so that every other person will join? These stakeholders, they are the ones that will make the move and say this is what we need to do. And beyond that, for me, I think the leadership of the party, I am so disappointed. And let me tell you my disappointment. You can't say because of one man, no matter how much you hate him, you will not do something that will advance the institution you are leading. What stops Damagun and his NWC to have set up either macro or micro committee to start engaging other parties for this coalition? But because I don't know the affair of Atiku, that perhaps Atiku hijack everything, they can't hold him, it doesn't make any sense. A visionary leader, if Damagun were wise, he should have, even because of that alone, summoned the next meeting. Let them agree just on this coalition or merger, whichever one they want to call it. Because PDP cannot win election alone. But they have lost that because they have lost sight of that. They are not even thinking about that because they have another intention. And intention is to be agent of APC to destroy PDP. That's why they are not, it's not as if they don't know. That's why they're not doing it.
Right, okay. Finally, just before we go, we see the SDP getting a lot of traction recently. The former vice president has been urged by Nasir Rufai to join the party to wrestle power away from the APC. To the Atiku loyalists watching the program right now, and to all those who are keenly interested in the conversation around 2027, should they be surprised or not be surprised if Atiku decides to join the SDP or any other political party?
It's not about joining any other political party. Atiku, as of today, is a member of the PDP, strong one for that matter, that is giving both the enemies within and enemy outside headache, high blood pressure. So that tells you the formidability of Atiku Abubakar. What Atiku is saying is that I'm a member of PDP. PDP is the largest opposition in Nigeria. Let us call other opposition to join us to dislodge this failed government so that Nigeria can have a better deal. That's what Atiku is saying. It doesn't matter where he's going to do it from. And besides, he has never said, okay, I'm going to run for president. He has never come out to say, I'm running.
Isn't that obvious?
He has never, because he has never told me he's running. Why do you have to count 9 before the man gets to 9 now? Let him tell us. And now it's about election, it's about freedom of choice. If people say he's the one, he will go. If people say you are not, he can't go anywhere. You can't continue to attack Atiku, abuse Atiku because you don't like his face. It's his democratic choice, constitutional right to do if he wants to do.
Okay. Interesting days lie ahead. Definitely, we'll wait to see where this wave would
I don't know if we have one more minute on this issue
Less than that.
Scandal, or this one that propaganda of the APC and all that. It's not going to get them anywhere. Atiku has nothing to do with Sanwo-Olu. They are both public figures they could have met. What I'll ask them to do is, if they have evidence, see this age, money, you can't, because of this technology, money no dey lost. Right. If they have any evidence, then bring it out. EFCC, since they have brought you in, conduct an investigation, but don't give the report to the president. Make it a public document, then prosecute from there. That's how it's supposed to do. The government of Tinubu, what they are doing, instead of focusing on government, is 2027 they are focused on. They are not helping anybody, including those of you who are in EFCC. Please do what you're supposed to do for Nigeria.
Honorable Oladimeji, Fabiyi, thank you so much for joining us on Daily Politics. I appreciate you for taking the time.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Right. That's our show for you tonight. Thank you most kindly for joining us. We'll be back on Sunday, of course, for another edition of the program. Until next time, my name is Abdullahi Ahmed. Good evening.